Well, good afternoon, y'all. It is Friday, February the 6th. It's what a difference this week and the last couple of weeks makes. Today it's well into the 80s. I think it's about 84 today in the neighborhood. Last weekend it was 20 something on Friday, and then the weekend before that we had ice and snow and a big mess headed our way. So it's first time in a couple weeks I'll be able to get back out on the bike, and I had to postpone a trip that I had planned that I'm going to kick off today. Little backstory is in April, Throttleaholic and I and a couple others, or at least one other, Larry, and maybe some others, are going to go to Arizona Bike Week, and then we're going to spend a week or so up in Utah riding around, and we're going to camp. Problem with that for me is I haven't been in a tent since I was probably in the 8th grade. So I said, well, I can't go up there and camp and that be my first time in a tent. So this afternoon I'm fixing to head out and got the bike all packed up, loaded down, got all the things I can think of as I need for camping gear, plus a little extra stuff that if I was going to be taking my trip, a long trip, I'm bringing a laptop and some things that I would try to bring with me on that road trip just to see how it travels and how it works. But I'm going to ride into the wilderness of the DFW area to Cedar Hill State Park, which is on the shores of Lake Joe Pool, and camp overnight, set up a tent, do the whole 9 yards. And again, this will be the first time I've done that since I was in middle school, but that was a long time ago. But I'm going to load up in a few minutes and head on up to Cedar Hill and then get into the state park, and got my spot reserved, and we will get this thing set up. When I get up there, I'll kind of show you what I got, my process, and I know you've probably seen 100 camping videos, so this one might be unique in that this guy really has no idea what he's doing. So, but stay tuned, and once we get on the road, I'll check in, and it's not too far from here, maybe 30-minute ride just to get to the park, and we will see how this goes. Wish me luck. Thanks for rolling on too.
Say bye-bye to Papa as he gets ready for his camping trip, his first camping trip. We will see how this goes. Say bye, Papa.
I'm not heading for the stars, driving down the boulevard at night. Playing Coldplay on repeat, watching people on the street as I go by. And it doesn't even matter to me where I go, I just feel I need to take a ride. Got my coffee cup to go, and I'm gonna hit the road tonight. Now my wheels in motion and my windows open with the wind blowing in my hair. I'm driving down.
Hi,
Hi, how you doing?
good. I have a camping reservation for Alan Frizzell,
Do you know what site number?
315.
315.
I understand.
315. What was that name?
Frizzell, Alan. Yeah.
Okay. So it's just for the one night.
Yes, ma'am.
And we just got the motorcycle and one adult.
That's me.
Alrighty. And do you know about the ants?
I've read about them.
So just keep your food secure, and you
Okay.
shouldn't take any home with
Okay,
you.
perfect.
So I'm going to put a code on the back of your permit, and that'll
Okay.
get you in the gate after 10 p.m. at night.
Okay, awesome.
Checkout will be at noon. You don't have to leave the park. You just need to vacate your site.
Perfect. Okay.
Now, do you need a map to that site?
Probably. And then what do I do about firewood?
So we have on the other side of this building in the parking lot, there's a vending machine for
Okay.
firewood.
Perfect. Okay.
So it uses a card only.
That's easy.
Yeah, right?
This is the first time I've ever done this. We'll see how this goes.
Okay, cool. I love it. Hopefully it'll go well. It's beautiful
It's
weather.
beautiful weather. Just stick this on here.
Yep, right there. Let's see, you're going 315. So you're starting off right down here. So at that stop sign, take a left.
Take a left.
Just follow that road all the way to Coyote. Stay to your right.
Take a right.
And you're right there,
Right
315.
there. Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. You have a good one.
You as well. Well, we're in the park. Let's do this. I am at Site 315 at Cedar Hill State Park overlooking Joe Pool Lake. So I'm going to sit down here, get all this stuff unloaded off this bike and start getting a tent built, camp set up, and then we're going to get some firewood and a quick dinner and be back to sit here for the evening and just chill. Pretty nice little spot. They got some neighbors. Haven't seen anybody yet or heard anybody except a little kid across the way, but not a bad little spot. So we'll get situated, get set up, and stay tuned. Come over here and check out what we got. A 2-person tent, sleeping bag, pillow, blanket, nice pad, some air vents. Supposed to be about 45 degrees tonight, so I might button that down a little bit later. But looks pretty good for a first time set up at a site. Now we're gonna get on this bike and we're gonna get us some firewood for the fireplace, fire pit, and come back and make a fire and chill. So we will see you in a little while. Can't go wrong with running into Walmart and grabbing you a sandwich and some chips and a drink and heading back to the campsite, which is a whopping 3 miles away. So I'm going to pull in here in just a second, get us some firewood, go back and get the fire going, and we'll sit down and enjoy some nice little dinner by the lake. Thank you. Alright, let's get into this firewood vending machine and get us some firewood. I wonder if this is going to be interesting. Okay, yeah, I think I got it strapped on. Hold on a second. That was something new, but I think we got it strapped on. See if it stays on. When I was watching YouTube University prepare for this trip, one of the things they said is the state parks are usually the safest areas, and not just out randomly. Let me check this. Not just out randomly at somebody's spot. So it seems to be okay. So we I've seen, since I've been here, 3 or 4 different state police cars drive through, state park police, so they're patrolling it well. I haven't seen any firewood fall off yet, so I'm assuming that it's riding pretty good back there. I'm going to pull in right here at this spot and just check it, because I think firewood falling on saddlebags could cause some serious problems if it's not secure. Okay, nope. Looks like it's doing just fine. Take it all day long. Definitely feel the temperature dropping too, because when I left and got out here earlier it was 86, now it's down to 78. Out on this water, it's probably going to cool off a little bit more, feel a little bit cooler than it actually is. And get a nice little scenic view of the lake while we're out here and the sun's sitting over it. In the distance you can see AT&T Stadium and Globe Life Field where the Cowboys and the Rangers play. So that's kind of how close we are to the main populous areas of Arlington, Grand Prairie, Dallas. Now let's go get this fire built. I'm gonna try not to drive past my campsite going back this way. These roads are not marked very well. That would be the only thing I've noticed so far about this. It's not positive. I don't know, getting out of here might be a beast. Let me show you my makeshift firewood transport vehicle here. But hey, it got the job done. So I'm going to get this fire going in a minute, and we'll be back. Got the fire kicking off. A little bit of wood to get us through the night. Tent there. Got the bike right there. Getting out of here is going to be a hoot tomorrow, but that'll be a tomorrow issue. Come over here and look at Walmart dinner. Sandwich, chips, and there, chocolate payday. Chasing that with a Diet Coke. So good to go there. Fixing to sit down as the sun's going down over the lake and eat, and then we will I guess in reality we're just chilling because there's nothing else to do out here. So but set up, I think it went really well. So far I'm happy, so we'll get in here and see how it works. Let's eat and see you soon. Fire looking good over there. I think I calculated the smoke going that way, not toward my tent. Well, we'll see if the wind changes. But we're going to eat this Walmart double meat ham and Swiss sandwich. Not bad. Not a bad little setup. Well, good morning, everybody. Saturday morning from the shores of Joe Pool Lake at Cedar Hill State Park. And I'm going to call my first night of motocamping a success. I learned a few little things, but make notes for that for my next time. But overall it was a good night. Slept pretty good for the first time in the tent, but no complaints. So I'm gonna get packed up here a little bit, head to the house, and it's a little quick overnighter just to get the experience and to test out what I have and see what else I need to get. Pick up a few more little things, but overall it wasn't bad. So get gathered up here a little while and be on the road. So we will see you soon. Thanks for rolling on too. All right, well, I made it back to the house. The most important lesson I learned on this trip was make sure you know where your camera is before you get all your gear strapped down on your bike, and don't let your camera be in one of the bags that's really got everything tied to it on the bike. So that's why this video ended abruptly this morning. I got loaded up and got out of there, or was about to get out of there, and realized, wait a minute, where's my camera? And I knew I didn't leave it at the site. So it was in one of my bags, had fallen down to the bottom, and was, of course, packed and strapped multiple times to the bike. But it's great, overall great weekend. Had a really good time, really enjoyed it. Learned a few lessons. One is I need to put a sheet or a blanket on top of my air sleeping pad because it was a little slippery. If it's going to be 40 degrees again, I need to get a heavier blanket on top of my sleeping bag. I definitely need to get a bigger footprint for the tent. The one I used worked well, but it didn't give me any room to stand on around it or set anything on outside underneath the vestibules. So they were actually sitting on the ground. So I'm going to try to get a bigger footprint to set down before I put the one that came with the tent down. But overall, it was a really good experience for the first time doing something like that. I think the fact that it got a little chilly was a little bit more so than what I expected. It got pretty cold in there, but it was okay because I just was literally completely inside the sleeping bag, and so I didn't like freeze to death, but it was pretty chilly. But overall, great time, great experience. I'm gonna have to get all my gear out, clean it, and get it ready for the next one. But very glad I did it, and I can't wait to do it again. So as always, thanks for rolling on too, and we will see you on the next one. Take care.